Hi, this is Keith, and you're watching BollywoodHangama.com. I'm actually very excited because I've always loved Madhur Bhandakar and his style of filmmaking. He is somebody I would always have thought of working with and aspired to sort of be directed by. And it was an amazing experience, firstly, even working with him, because he's the kind of director that gives you a lot of play as an actor. So as a performing art, it's something that you can really use when a director sort of puts that kind of trust in you. Secondly, he has a very clear vision of what he wants. So he's like a master of his ship. उनको ये पता है कि हर scene में मुझे क्या चाहिए, कहाँ से कहाँ इसका graph बैठना है, and he's given you a back story and a front story, so you know where you're going. Then he likes a lot of impromptu. He's open to ideas, you know, कि आप कुछ ऐसा दे दो कि which sort of adds to it, then he's more than happy. So yeah, in terms of an actor, it was a great experience working with Madhur. And I think the story also, I mean, he doesn't disclose the story, overall story to anyone. So that's something that I don't even know, even if you ask me. But I think the film should be good from what I've seen of my parts and the people that I've worked with. Very real character. अच्छा नहीं है, बुरा नहीं है. He's a guy who basically is very ambitious. From a small town coming in, जैसे मुंबई शहर में होता है. लोग आते हैं यहाँ पे and then you're so driven by ambition that it doesn't make a difference to, you know, what happens. You just want your goal to be achieved. And that can so blind you कभी-कभी ऐसा कर देता है आपको कि आप ये नहीं सोचते कि आप किसी को तकलीफ दे रहे हैं. You know, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. So it's a very real, normal kind of. It's a typical high society character in Mumbai. I can't really talk too much about the character, give you details, but what I can say is that it's a very real, relatable character. And when you watch the film, you will actually say, in fact, all of them, his stories are almost a stark nakedness on how glamorous an industry looks from the outside, but कितना खोखला होता है अंदर से. So he portrays life as it is, and some people like it, some people don't like it, but it's reality. ऐसे you know जिंदगी में रहते हैं. So basically, fashion, if you saw the film, was about the life of a particular person, and that was the graph, the texture of the film. Priyanka, Kangana, and you know what happens with them in their particular life. With Calendar Girls, I think he's gone more generic as to what happens with people trying to achieve stardom in this city. So the girls who come in are freshers. There's no, for example, you know, Kangana at that point of time, she did particular roles, and that's where she fit in, right? Priyanka had a certain flavor to her and what she was doing, and she fit into that particular role. These are all freshers, all fresh faces. So there's no attached baggage. So when you go in, you're not thinking कि हाँ मैं प्रियंका को देख रहा हूँ या मैं कंगना को देख रहा हूँ इस किरदार में. You know, you're thinking differently. So as a viewer, you've got a different perspective anyway. They're all fresh people, like boom, you know, ये कौन है, क्या हो रहा है. So you can focus on the story part of it. And I think the story narration is very, with our story writer was really good. Rohit is an amazing, he's really written it very realistically. Not just the language, the texture, everything. Which is why I think initially this thing of the censor board thing has come in. I mean, so be it. I mean, if that's the way life is, that's the way life is. It's more the content that has to be real and true. I think the true part of the content is good, and that I think you'll find. So it's a different flavor. मतलब आप एक तरीके से बोलें कि जो देसी खाना होता है उसमें अलग अलग फ्लेवर्स होते हैं. हालांकि मसाला वो ही होगा, but खाने का तरीका अलग हो जाता है, you know. When I was doing my character, I was sold immediately. So as soon as I met with him, and he was saying that, you know, he had seen my earlier film that I'd done 16, and he remembered me from there. He said, you know, you did a great job in terms of acting. This is what the character is. How does it sound to you? I was like, you know, that's good. A, I'm talking to the guy who I would really like to work with, and secondly, he's given me a character that really hits the spot. So as soon as I heard it, I was boom, sold to it. So सारे किरदार मतलब ऐसे ही हैं. You know, they're very honestly written. Like I said, Rohit has written a very real kind of take on Calendar. And I know a few of these girls being part of the industry because I was modeling how their life is and their story and what has happened to them and things like that. So you would want to hear that, you know, because it looks amazing when you put on TV and you see how उनके बड़े beautiful pictures आते हैं bikini में और ये वो, but पीछे क्या होता है? उनके साथ दिमाग में, उनके emotions के साथ क्या होता है? वो चीज़ उस गहराई में पहुंचने के लिए, that's amazing. That actually, you know, it's a lovely thing to see how people, you don't want to be somewhere, but maybe you have to make choices in life, and they're tough choices. I can relate to it 100% because I also come from outside Mumbai. Now this is home for me. I come from Delhi, but been here so long that it feels this is home and you don't want to go anywhere else from here. और जब आप आते हैं यहाँ पे तो आपका एक अंदाज़ अलग होता है शहर का, देखने में इमारतें बड़ी लगती हैं, सब कुछ सुंदर लगता है, बढ़िया लगता है, मगर जब आप रहते हैं यहाँ पे and you got to pay your bills and do things like that, then there are different pressures of life. I mean, I'm sure you've gone through it. The PR person sitting here, she's also been through it, and everybody goes through these things, and at times you've got to make some tough choices and make tough decisions. So you relate to every character, so you can empathize with them. You may not sympathize with them. I've been very fortunate because God has been kind to me. It's a very difficult city to live in. It's a very unique city. यहाँ पे जो pace है city का, यहाँ पे जो तकलीफ़ें होती हैं जनता को, then on a daily basis on what you live. It's a city that makes you understand that life, you've got to have a very positive and strong attitude. I started off as a VJ, so I actually got a lot of my work. I didn't have a portfolio till 5-6 years into my career. I needed it more for my publicity than for actually getting work. So touchwood, God was very kind to me. Acting is something that I always loved doing. I did a lot of theatre in school, and it was always a passion because it's a craft that you see. So when I watch a movie, I always look at the performances of each character, and do I take anything back home and how they lived it. So it's बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है, and I'm really enjoying this experience. I don't think anything is really keeping me away. What is keeping me busy? So it depends on whatever comes my way. If something excites me and it comes my way, I'm the first person to latch onto it. So because I also do a lot of shows on TV in terms of lifestyle and things like that. So whatever comes in terms of acting, and whether it's theatre, whether it's other, I keep doing those things. And for me, I mean, I need to keep growing, and it's an evolution. It's never a final destination, it's a journey. This movie now that has come in, there's a couple of things also which touch would have also come in with this, with my performance, and I hope the movie does well. For that we need people to go and watch the film, so you must go and watch the film. Please make it a success. Also enjoy the film because it will be a movie that will be money well spent. I actually quite like Bhag Milka Bhag. That was an amazing film which really touched a chord. I think in general we've started making some really good cinema. We also have Fukre, which is a different style of filmmaking. It may be something which is unusual, but it's got... So I think there's different films and different genres of films that are coming up now. And people want to see different varieties. So you may want to see a movie which has a big star cast. You may want to see a film that has a smaller star cast. A funny film, a movie that takes you back to reality or whatever. तो बहुत अच्छी फिल्में बननी शुरू हुई, and I think like I think Three Idiots and PK, all of them have such unique flavors, and people put an effort into making it. So it's not just the regular कि हाँ 2 गाने बजवा दिए अच्छे, 3 बारी नचवा दिया and all. It's real lovely stories that are trying to be put through, and there's some really good filmmakers. Anurag Kashyap and Phantom Films is doing some really good work. UTV is doing great work. Everyone's doing really good stuff now. Besides acting, I like a lot of outdoors, traveling, also fitness like trekking, hiking. I like all these things. I think basically you've got to live life also, Dimag ke saath saath, you need your soul also needs some nourishment. So just doing things like that and spending time with people that you really love. I've realized, in life as you go on, it's important to sort of gather people who are close to you, who you can relate to. And you spend more time with them, and the more people that you meet professionally also, especially in this profession, इतने लोग आप मिलते हैं, अलग-अलग तरीके होते हैं, अंदाज़ होते हैं लोगों के, उनसे बातें करते हैं तो समझ में आता है कि उनका सोचने का तरीका है. And there's some things that you pick up, so it's just good fun. I don't know about writing because I think that's a very different craft, and it's I've got friends who are writers and I see the kind of stuff they go through. But yeah, directing sounds interesting. Let's see. Just different, it's a different take on what happens behind the cameras when you're actually there. And when you interact with directors, you understand that it's, there's such a lot that goes into understanding a script and portraying it in the way that you want to, and that's the flavor that comes. कहते हैं जब खाना बनता है तो आखिरी जो तड़का लगता है उसी का flavor आता है.
Hi, this is Faridoon Shahryar. For the most interesting celebrity interviews, do subscribe to Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Yeah.